Oh man, she fine as heck, but she gay, she gay. I bet you I could turn that girl back straight, back straight. It's written all over her face, her face. I know she want this. Come on my way. What's the deal, man? It's about McClain TV, man. Y'all know I'm monotone. I rehearsed it a lot better. I recorded, but man, I'm in the middle of recording, man. I ain't got no time to be stopping. Shouts out to everybody supporting to the DMTV Nation. I really appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Please hit the like button. Please comment. Please subscribe. Please work with the boy. Let's help build this channel up, man. Let's get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. That's what we need. All right? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep this thing pushing, keep it rolling. Like the video, comment, subscribe, share. We already saw that good stuff. All right? So today's video is going to be about the DAHMER case. All right? The DAHMER show is my review of it. It was big. You know, I'm kind of late to this story, you know what I mean? But I've been meaning to get my review on it for a minute. I've watched all of them. It's a very interesting story. I really do believe that Dahmer was controlled by a demonic spirit. I don't believe the spirit that controlled his body was one of the regulars. I'm gonna give you guys an example of what I mean. Every human being has a spirit that controls them. Now, your spirit is going to be either a good spirit, a dark spirit, or a light spirit, or it's going to be one of the outer box ones. You ever meet somebody who's just always jolly and happy? You know what I'm saying? They probably got a different type of spirit. All right, it's all about your personality is going to pretty much dictate what type of spirit is consuming or controlling your body. I feel like the one that is controlling Dahmer was an energy of not this world. You know what I'm saying? We can go scientific to where his genetics, because we've seen his father had that type of stuff. But he's probably of a bloodline of people who are just some wild people. You know what I'm saying? It has to be some type of genetic. And I feel like it's genetic and spiritual type of way, in both ways. I feel like something was governing him to make him do some of the most grotesque stuff that he was doing. The show itself was a really, really, really good show. I'll probably say it was the best cinema I've seen for me this year. If there's another show better, please let me know. I watched a lot of them, and a lot of them been hit and misses. And there's not so many interesting. I think I watched Dahmer within 2 days. It was a really good show. I feel like it's not better than Squid Game. I feel like the past 10 years, Squid Game is the #1 line of cinema, a line of movie work out there of all movies, all shows. This is including all genres of television. I feel like Squid Game was the best television out of all of them in the past 10 years. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section if there was a TV show or something else that was better or anything else. But I do feel like Dahmer is like right in there in that area, neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? I really like how the show was written. I kind of hate it, for me, when I went back and watched the rest of the stuff. I watched the different cases. I watched a lot of the details. I watched all the stories. A lot of the stories were accurate, how they were portrayed. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't like how, I can say I wish they would have added more of the grotesque stuff. Like, went in more on his necrophilia. Went in more, if you don't know what necrophilia is, it's when somebody does adult acts with a dead body. And then I wish they'd went in more on his cannibalism. I wish they'd went in more on how he was trying to make slaves out of people who were in vegetable states. So what he would do was he would drill holes in their head and he would put acid in it and he would make them a slave. In the part of the show where the boy was 14 years old and he had him at the house and he came out the house drunk. I don't care about spoiling the show. I will spoil the show. I don't care about spoiling it. And it's not really nothing to spoil because it's all in history. It's not like it's a fiction story that you don't know what's going to happen next. We all know what happens next, so I'm not spoiling anything. I hope I ain't got no Easy the Block Captain. If you don't know what Easy the Block Captain is when you get that spit white crust on the side of your mouth. He gets that really bad. I call it black youngster. I hope I ain't got none. Usually you get it after you get, partaking in the medicals. But I didn't know on that part of the show where the boy was 14, who was at his house, who left outside, that he had a hole drilled in his head and he had acid in it at the time. And I'll go back and look at the game tapes or go back and look at the old footage. He actually had a hole drilled in his head and he was trying to make this slave. He was doing a little 14-year-old boy like that. So it's kind of hard that he was able to move. I personally have a brand new theory about all these different serial life takers. I feel like these guys are actually enabled by the police. I've watched a lot of stories, man. There was a story I watched where they said the cops, but if you watch Dahmer, it seemed like the cops let him get away with it for a while. There's times they could have stopped him numerous of times, but they let him get away with it. There's no way that the smells, that many bodies going missing that you didn't know. There's a movie called Monster. It's about this woman who was a homeless lady, and she got with another girl, and they were street workers, and she would go on a series of events of taking lives. And she said on her interviews when she got locked up, she said she felt like the cops knew she was doing it because she would rob the cars and her fingerprints would be on the cars. And she said they had to have known she was doing it and let her run free. Ted Bundy, he actually jumped out of a window in a courtroom, okay? Wayne Gacy, he was another guy who was wild, and I think they let him run rampant for a long time. I think they let these people go on for a bit and let them do their thing for as long as they can, and then they come catching them down once it's too much. I think they let them go for a minute, taking those lives. I personally, in my heart of heart, believe the cops knew what Jeffrey was doing. I think they knew he was up to no good. I think they knew that he was still, you know, taking all those lives and harming all those people. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that back right. I think they did know. I'm trying to remember why I'm making this video. Wow. This other show I watched the other day was like, they said it seems as if they just let them get away with it. You know, just let them continue to do it. Like, I forgot what it was. But y'all kind of catch my drift. All these serial people who are just psychopaths seem to always get away with it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I think the cops can catch them sooner. I just don't think they want to. I personally think it's for ritualistic purposes. And we all know Dahmer practiced Satanism. Dahmer practiced Satanism. When you go watch the very first episode, you see the guy Tracy see that satanic Bible on there. I wish the show would have dived in more on that as well. I also don't like how the fact the show made Dahmer seem like he was just this, oh, hi type of guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I didn't know that was going on. You know, it made him seem really slow. When you watch Dahmer's real interviews, he carried himself like one of those arrogant, cocky, I know it all white males. These are probably some of the most hardest people to work with. If you're not a white male, you probably won't be able to see this, but working with these type of white men are terrible to work with in the workplace. That's why I never pursued IT, because there'd be a bunch of Dahmers there, a bunch of cocky, arrogant, not funny white men, and most of the time I would say they're racist, but you know, I don't want to always use that as an excuse. They're just hard to be around. They always got sarcastic jokes, always thinking they're better than people. They think they can get away with everything. You know, that's how Dahmer was. He would use his whiteness to his ability. You know what I'm saying? And these people, and these white men know that. There's been plenty of times where I've seen it on a white male's face that he'll look into the world and be like, I'm white, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think Dahmer was one of those guys. And it's not to offend nobody who's Caucasian. I'm just telling y'all what it is. And if you're a white male, like I said, you're not going to notice this. But outside looking in, if you ever work with a bunch of them, it gets aggravating, man. Not all of them are like that, but the ones who run the place, I guarantee you they have that mindset. And they are terrible to be around. I'm telling you, I can't stand it. But I'm just being real. But anyways, Dahmer was really like that in real life. And I don't like how they made him on the show as this ditzy little dude, you know what I'm saying? I wish they'd have dived in more on that. I wish they'd have showed more of how he was going to get the barrels. But it's 10 episodes, they're going to do so much. I think they did amazing with what they had. The ending was great when the dude took his life. That whole entire scene was gut-wrenching, you know what I'm saying? It right there was like, it had me on my toes. I was like, yo, this right here is crazy. This whole scene, I was like, man, when he finally took Dahmer's life, I was so happy when that happened, and he needed that. He needed that. You see how easy that was? It could have been happened to him. You know what I'm saying? But my personal opinion, all in all, for the show, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. In my personal opinion, I'll watch it twice just because I want to just see what I missed. I think it was really well written. They left out a lot of details, and you go read it, but that's up to you as a person. You can't get mad at the creators for leaving it out. If you feel you can do a better job, then do it. Go look up the details that was left out on your own time. They did leave out a lot. I also didn't like the fact how the LGBTQRMRS didn't like how Dahmer was listed as one of them. They said he's bad representation for us, but guess what, y'all? He's part of your team. You just can't do that. You know, as black people, we got to accept everybody, even the good and the bad. Y'all think I want to accept them N-words who be doing wild, stupid stuff? No, I don't want to accept them, but they're my people. So y'all got to take the good with the bad. Y'all should have took that on the chin. But I also advise anybody to watch Dahmer. I'm going to still say this. I do believe they let the serial individuals stay out on the run. I think they let them get away with it. But we'll make that for a later video. Let me know what else I left out on this video. Let me know if I messed up on anything. And let me know what else y'all wanted me to speak about. It's the boy Dwayne McClain TV. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. I'm out. They better be recording, man. I mean, man.